we're going to continue with the third factor, which is grammatical range and accuracy. And the range means the variety. So grammatical range means you can use a variety of grammatical features. Now, for example, talking about the sentence structures, in general, we have three kinds of sentence structures, from simple, from compound to complex. And we are going to talk about it more clearly in writing. But now I just want to stress that in speaking, we need to try to employ a variety of sentence structures in order to make the examiner understand that you can use it, you know them, you can use them. And another way to increase your grammatical range score is to use a variety of tenses, from simple to continuous to perfect continuous, from past to present to future. Now, I know that when we are talking, usually we use simple tenses all the time. This is a very common feature with all students because in Vietnamese we have no tenses. We have no change in the verb form because of the tenses. So when we talk, we tend to ignore that tense aspect in English. But now I think that you should be more aware of that. For example, look at a question. Do you think it's possible to become real friends with the people you meet on the internet? For example, on chat sites or personal interaction sites. So look at the answer and see how many tenses can you find right here. Now, you can see when you say, I'm sure, this is simple present. When you say, but I meant, this is simple past. When I say, people would say, now, would say, it's not the past, it's not the present, it's not the future, but would right here is hypothesis, or something you suppose, something you imagine to happen. We have been going out in real life. We have been going out. What tense is it? Present perfect continuous. And we are planning. This is present continuous. Is that right? So, you say in a short speech like this, we can have a variety of tenses to impress the examiner. Also, beside the tenses, we have a variety of sentence structure. For example, say, people should still be careful when making friends online. This is a complex pattern. Yeah, this is a complex pattern. Now, come to my favorite part, pronunciation. And do you think that you are confident in your pronunciation? If your answer is no, so you are not alone. Yeah, you are not alone. A lot of Vietnamese learners have trouble with their pronunciation, and it takes them a long time in order to overcome their weakness. We are going to go over a lot of pronunciation features in our course, but right here I just want to give you an overview what features are involved in the evaluation. So the first is the correct pronunciation of each word with correct stressing. Now, do you know about stress? For example, the word extrovert, like this. Extrovert. When you say extrovert, you can see that this word contains 3 syllables. And the stress is going to fall into one of them. Do you recognize the syllable that the stress falls into? Extrovert. So it must be the first syllable. Like this word. Look at this word. Economics. Economics. So how many syllables are there? I suppose economics. So we have 4 syllables. Is that right? And with 4 syllables, the stress fall on the 3rd syllable, na. So you say economics. Economics. And how can you say the stress? So whenever a syllable is stressed, remember to say it louder, longer, and stronger. Now remember the 3 words: louder, longer, and stronger. So economics. So do you think, if you check the dictionary, do you think that you can pronounce these words correctly? Now besides the word stress, we have the sentence stressing. What do I mean by sentence stressing? So when a native speaker talk, usually they have a very strong syllable in a certain chunk in one sentence. For example, look at this sentence. I'll meet you at the conference. So do you think that you are going to say like that? The native speaker is going to say like that? The answer is, of course, no. They have the stress on a word, they have a stress on one syllable of a sentence, and it will go like this. I'll meet you at the conference. I'll meet you at the conference. So the stress syllable right here is con. Con. This is the final contained word of a sentence. Okay. The next pronunciation features you should pay attention to is the merging and the linking. I think that you understand linking very clearly. For example, you say thank you. You link thank and you together, and this is linking. But merging means 2 words or the 2 sounds are merged together, combined together to make a different sound. Like instead of saying do you, so you merge these 2 words together and say j. Like him. You link like with him to form like him. So instead of saying do you like him, so you would say do you like him? Sounds strange, isn't it? However, it is very natural in native speakers speaking. Okay. Of course, the next feature with the pronunciation is intonation pattern. And intonation pattern refers to the fact that whether you raise or lower your intonation or your voice at the end of the sentence. Like you say, I really care about my career. The first sentence right here. This is a simple statement. So you are going to have a falling intonation. So you would say, I really care about my career. I really care about my career. But this one is yes, no question. So instead of having a falling intonation, you should have a rising intonation. So you would say, Do you care about your career? Do you care about your career? And the last thing with the pronunciation is chunking. Chunking refers to how you group the word together when speaking. You know, one of the problems with the Vietnamese students, they have very absolutely inappropriate chunking. They pause at the incorrect places, so it will make it very difficult, very challenging for the native speaker to understand you. Now, first of all, please read the kind of speech, and can you see where do you pause in the part? Now for me, I'm going to go like this. Well, I'm sure most people would say no, but I met my current girlfriend online and we have been going out in real life for over a year. Furthermore, we are planning to get married next year. So I think it's definitely possible. Of course, people should still be careful when making friends online. I guess I just got lucky. So, this is the end of the first lesson. Good night and see you in the next lesson.